hard at work here this morning already. We're doing a big project. We're upgrading our solar panels on the boat. Here are our two old panels. They generated 85 watts each. And over here, we'll back up. Yeah. Here. Those big new ones generate 335 watts each. Yeah, and the boat's like a complete disaster right now. I've got everything in the cockpit all messy and torn up with tools and stuff, and the inside's a disaster because we went provisioning, and Marjorie's working on getting everything stowed, and I've got panels open for pulling wires all over the place and whatnot. But hopefully in a day or two we'll get the boat starting to be put back together and start thinking about getting her ready to go. It is a Monday morning, and we got up, got the boat going, hit the fuel dock at, we were there at 7:57 for their 8 a.m. opening, took on a bunch of diesel to last us a long time, and now we've taken off down the ICW. It's a very calm, kind of silvery colored morning. Not any activity around us, just birds and occasional dolphin.
Love your boat!
We just finished an overnight passage from West Palm Beach to Key Biscayne, and had a really nice night. Started out kind of lighter winds, but it's picked up and been sailing along very nicely. And supposed to be some weather showing up in, supposed to be showing up in 4 to 6 hours, but it looks like it's going to show up pretty soon. So we're about an hour and a half from arriving and getting the anchor down. It should be just in time. Well, we got up at 5 this morning and tried to head across the Gulf Stream to the Bahamas, but the forecast was a little off and things didn't work out very well. The winds were forecast to be kind of 18-ish, and on the left side of this graph you can see the important part where we'd be crossing the Gulf Stream, and then they were going to taper off later. But in reality we got out there and they were blowing in the kind of low 20s. Which wouldn't have been a problem in itself. Winds were forecast to be just kind of maybe 20 degrees ahead of our beam. In reality, they were closer to the bow, so we were kind of close reaching, close to nearly close halt. Still not necessarily a terrible deal, but the big problem that kind of killed it was the waves. The forecast waves were supposed to be 1.5 meters, so kind of 4.5, 5 feet out of the north-northeast. And in reality, there were waves 4 or 5, probably 5 feet out of the north-northeast that were left over from the heavy north winds a few days ago. But there was a second set of waves that had been kicked up by the new strong winds that were coming out of the southeast, and they were about 4 feet high and short and steep. And when those two sets of waves lined up, that was a big problem, because then we'd get really big waves and we would come off the top of one and kind of bury the bow of the boat into the back of the next wave, and that was really making for slow progress.
So we decided to come back and wait for better weather, and while we did that I figured we should have some bread, because we're all out of bread. So I'm making my sourdough bread, the famous COVID bread that everyone's making these days. We just went running. We were in No Name Harbor. It was kind of a wet ride coming in because there's a storm that's from the northwest, I think, and the waves are kind of rolling out in our anchorage. But it was good to get here and move around because we haven't moved around for a couple of days now, it feels like. We're going our second time now from leaving Key Biscayne. We're just off of Miami, just entered the deep water. And so far this trip is so much different than the last one. Yeah, just a much more lovely, much more enjoyable point of sail. So hopefully next time we talk to you, we will be in the Bahamas.
Down to check the anchor. We're anchored kind of in the Devil's Key area today, and took my pole spear down. There's a bunch of yellowtail down there, but I broke the elastic on my spear. I think it's getting old, but I did get lucky and I found a conch. There he is. So we're going to see if we can get him out and have some conch salad for dinner. Conch I just caught. Marinate for a couple hours and we'll be ready to go. How's your conch salad?
It's pretty awesome. And we're coming into kind of a tricky spot. It's around, I think, Hog Key, and the charts show that it's only supposed to be like 4 feet deep, and then also there's that tricky current whenever you come in between some islands. So hopefully Doug will do a good job and get Frolic safely to anchor. Since Doug did such a great job with our anchorage, we are going to the beach. You can see it there behind me. Walking down the beach and I see a stingray.